Good morning, our dear viewers across the globe. This is News and Views, where facts meet analysis for a clearer Nigeria. I'm Simon Fabe. This morning we are reviewing the news headline, how President Tinubu can raise Naira value and ease the cost of living. In recent weeks, there have been lamentations by Nigerians about the increments in pump price, in aviation fuel, and essential commodities. Yes, some school of thoughts believe that this rising inflation is caused mainly by depreciation of Naira. But as Yoruba will say, "Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kìí ṣe lásán," that it is about cause and effect. Some factors must have been responsible for the depreciation of Naira. And some of the factors that, according to some school of thought, is that the dollar outflow is being responsible. What are the factors that made dollar inflow difficult? Over the years, Nigerians have been known for over-dependence on importation. And we know that importation is paid for in dollar or foreign currency. Then Nigerians source for dollar and spent it on importation of food, consumable items, importation of fuel, which is essential commodity, importation of agricultural implements and machines for manufacturing sector and all of that. So how can President Tinubu solve this problem? He can do that by prioritizing dollars inflow, by ensuring that local refineries are functioning maximally. Not that the local refineries should be functioning, it should also create an enabling environment for more local refineries to spring up. For them to operate maximally, crude should be supplied locally by NNPC and be paid for in Nigeria currency, which is Naira. In recent times, it has been more difficult for farmers to access single-digit loans. And why? It is because most Nigerian banks, as soon as they survive the recapitalization, all of them just as a way of lock up the loan accessibility for farmers, just because they believe that they have to make more money. And how do they make more money? They do make more money by investing in government bonds like treasury bills, because treasury bills give them more yield and instant profit. So they do this at the detriment of the manufacturing sector and the farmers. So it's now become more difficult for farmers to access loan and even the manufacturing sector, knowing fully that if farmers and manufacturing sectors are deprived of single-digit loan, the problem is that there won't be foreign currency or dollar coming in through exports, because it is only manufacturing and agricultural sector that produce more employment opportunities. So by closing the door of loan accessibility to agricultural and manufacturing sector, they create a lot of financial problem for the country, and the first victim is the country's currency, which is Naira. So as much as President Tinubu should look into how to ensure that there is more local refinery and that those refineries are given an enabling environment to operate, at least by ensuring that NNPC supplies them with enough crude, and the payment should be made in Naira. President Tinubu should, as a matter of urgency, give a kind of mandate to Nigeria banks to set aside a reasonable percentage for agricultural and manufacturing sectors as a way of accessing single-digit loans. Government should let them know that they are partners in progress for Nigeria's sustainability. They shouldn't see themselves as in business proper when it comes to making loan accessible to manufacturing sector and agricultural sector. Having done all this, there are 4 major infrastructures that President Tinubu to ensure that it puts in proper perspective. 1. For Naira to attain its rightful status in the committee of currencies around the globe, there must be stable electricity. Somebody said Nigerians doesn't need 24 hours light. They need it. They need it. So, power or electricity must be stable. The expenses going into diesel or PMS for industries is just outrageous. The SMEs need stable power supply, and there's a lot they can contribute when they operate maximally. In addition to that, the president should ensure that the road constructions across the country, especially that of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road and Badagry-Sokoto Road, at least, should be fast-tracked. By the time the 2 roads are completed, there's going to be a good road network across the country. So, roads must be prioritized. Their yearly completion must be prioritized. Then thirdly, there must be security to a reasonable extent. The president, as a matter of fact and urgency, should do everything necessary to ensure that the insurgents and these bad elements in the country are eliminated, so that investors can be encouraged to come into the country. Government should part ways with those elites or individuals in the country who are of the mindset that terrorists should be negotiated with. No, they should be eliminated. As much as they are delighted in killings of innocent Nigerians and military operatives, then there should be no pardon or forgiveness reserved for them. They should be rather eliminated, as is obtainable in developed countries. Why it takes years to achieve all of this, government must be consistent. That is why there's need for consistency, so that there should be consistency in government, consistency in the making of policies, so consistency in applying policies to make reforms, and consistency in the execution of the reforms. So with this, in no time, Nigeria can attain its desired status. In summary, President Tinubu should try to improve inflow of dollar into the country, and that he can do by creating an enabling environment for more local refineries to spring up and to continue to support the existing local refineries by ensuring that NNPC supply adequate crude to them, and the payment should be in Naira. Exports should be supported by ensuring that single loan digits is made available to agricultural, manufacturing, real estate, and other sectors, so that there will be mass employment and mass production for exports. There should be security, and these can be facilitated by ensuring that whoever decide to become terrorists or to promote insurgency should be eliminated. And lastly, stable electricity, good road network should be prioritized and fast-tracked. No economy grows without stable power supply. No economy grows without good road networks. While we are aware that this cannot achieve in a day or in a year, but government should prove to Nigerians that it is serious about all of this. In no time, with consistency in government policy, with consistency, application of these policies bring about beneficial reforms to Nigerians. As a Nigerian or a resident in Nigeria, do you think by prioritizing stable electricity, good road network and security, the country can move forward, that Naira can regain its value, and the cost of living can be brought down to reasonable? What do you think can be the lasting solution to the unstable power supply in Nigeria? Let us meet at the comment section. Share your opinion and let's see how the country can be moved forward. Until tomorrow, when we come your way, this is News and Views, where facts meet analysis for a clearer Nigeria. I'm Simon Fakeye. Thanks for watching.